New versus used, ladies and gentlemen. What makes more financial sense in today's market?
So here's the deal. We get asked every single day, what's a better value? Should I be buying a new vehicle today or a used vehicle? We're going to break that down for you right now. And let's use an example, Dad. The most popular vehicle in the United States right now is the Toyota RAV4. If you are in the market to buy a Toyota RAV4 Limited, you should expect an MSRP somewhere around $42,000. The price can go up and down based on options, but we've got one right here on the CarEdge Car Search, $42,874 MSRP, and an invoice price of $40,087. This new vehicle has the full manufacturer warranty, 0 miles on it, and let's say you could get a screaming deal at invoice, you'd be paying $40,087. Is that a better value, Dad, than a lightly used vehicle? So we have here a 2021 Toyota RAV4 Limited, same trim. This vehicle only has 11,000 miles on it, and the dealer is asking $32,867. Here's where things get interesting. The original window sticker for this vehicle shows an MSRP of $37,495. So Pops, there you go. There's the example. What's the better value? The new 2025 Toyota RAV4 Limited or the used 11,000 mile 2021 Toyota RAV4 Limited?
Well, at this point, if you were to buy that used one for almost $33,000, meaning that it's depreciated $4,000 in 4 years, you'd have to be out of your mind. Vehicles depreciate more than that. Even Toyotas, even Toyota RAV4s. Would you be better off spending almost $33,000 for a 4-year-old one? Okay, we don't know the exact in-service date, but more than likely it's out of warranty because it's 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever occurs first. Or are you better off spending $7,000 more getting a 4-year newer car fully under warranty for the next 3 years, 36,000 miles? Seems to me I'm spending that extra money, whether I can afford it or not, and buying that new car.
Now, the calculus becomes a little bit more challenging when you're looking at older used vehicles, but if you're thinking about a relatively new used car, those prices are still sky high. We've done so many videos about this. If you're unfamiliar, the reason used car prices are very high for the whole market is because a few years ago, there was a chip shortage that led to a new car production shortage, and that has most severely impacted the prices of relatively young used cars, 1, 2, 3, 4-year-old used cars. The prices for those have been sky high. Now, if you're thinking about a 10, 15, 20-year-old used car, sure, the price points are totally different. But for most people, Dad, the monthly payment, which again, we always encourage folks to negotiate the out-the-door price, not the monthly payment, but the monthly payment difference between that used car and that new car that we just looked at are probably pretty similar, especially because we know that the average APR for a used car loan is higher than the average APR for a new car loan. So it's hard to make the justification here for buying that lightly used, gently used 2021 Toyota RAV4 when the 2025, like you said a moment ago, has full warranty, has, it's brand new. You could get it brand new.
And, we're talking about a RAV4 here. So in this particular case, it makes so much more sense to get the new car. Now, if you're looking at, say, a pre-owned EV of some kind, well, now the shoe's on the other foot. And you would be a fool to buy the new one if your intention is to keep it, because the depreciation that EVs are seeing is out of this world. Nothing depreciates faster than an EV at the moment. So conversely, if you're looking at a used EV, there should be such a significant savings to buying a 1, 2, or 3-year-old pre-owned EV as opposed to spending what it takes to get the brand new EV. So it depends on what type of vehicles you're looking at. But in the mass market vehicles, Toyotas, Hondas, Mazdas, Subarus, things like that, you are probably so much better off buying the new car versus that used car.
Now, one note on electric vehicles. So to your point, Dad, they have depreciated significantly. If you're thinking about buying an electric vehicle, just take that word buying and swap it out with leasing. Okay, you should lease that electric vehicle. There's no incentive right now to buy those things. We did the negative equity study at the end of last year, at the end of 2024. Half of those that have an electric vehicle are upside down on their auto loan. So there's just no point in buying an electric vehicle right now. If you really want one, lease it. And I think that's a great point as well, Dad. You could maybe end up with a similar monthly payment if you were to lease with some of these subvented rates and all the incentives from the manufacturer relative to a used electric vehicle, which obviously you wouldn't lease, you would be buying it. So the calculus can get a little bit more murky as you start to get into some of these edge cases or deeper cases. But for most circumstances right now, it makes more sense, financial sense, to buy a new car than it does to buy a used car. And Dad, keep me honest here, that is not how that worked 5-10 years ago. The smarter financial decision was to just buy a used car, right? Like that was without a doubt the better financial decision pre-pandemic.
In the past, it was you buy the used car and you let somebody else suffer the depreciated loss of that vehicle by you buying it used. Today, when we look at that 2021 RAV4, even though it only had 11,000 miles on it, the asking price is $4,000 less than what the MSRP was when that vehicle was brand new. There is virtually no depreciation on that vehicle. So who's going to suffer the depreciating loss moving forward? You, if you buy it as a used car at that inflated used car price. So yes, years past, the idea was let the first owner eat all that loss and you can save a huge amount of money. And today it's like, ain't nobody saving any money. You're better off getting the new.
And it's kind of interesting, Dad, because we expect to see a quality used car shortage for years to come. So even if you buy a new car today, that depreciation that you're going to experience actually probably won't be as high as it was pre-pandemic because, again, there's a quality used car shortage. Go watch some of our other videos that have talked about the state of the used car market. It's the quality of used cars is bad right now because there were 10 plus million vehicles that weren't produced back in those previous few years. So there's an interesting cycle right here where for maybe the next couple of years, it makes more financial sense to buy and lease new cars than it does to purchase gently or lightly used cars, which again is totally backwards. That is not how it used to work at all. But for now, that's the smarter financial decision. I think everyone needs to understand that. A couple call outs here, Dad. Back on CarEdge.com, you can get any vehicle's window sticker for free. So if you are contemplating purchasing that used option instead of the new one, double check the MSRP on the original window sticker. It's a great data point that you should be referencing before you make that decision. So I just want to make sure everyone knows, back on the CarEdge car search or caredge.com/window, you can get your hands on those window stickers for free.
Nicely done. CarEdge Concierge, the revolutionary way to buy your next car. You tell us what you want, and our team of experienced concierges goes to work on your behalf. They source the vehicle, negotiate the price, and make arrangements to have it delivered to you directly. Never set foot in a car dealership again. CarEdge.com/concierge to learn more about how you have the power to save both your time and money. Let the car buying revolution begin at CarEdge.